It has been such a hot minute since I've been in front of the camera. I actually had to go rewatch my last video that I posted to remember what I even say for my intro. It's been that long. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sierra Sancho channel and welcome to a new video. So I know the first question when people see this on their YouTube feed is going to be like,
Sierra, where the F have you been?
I have a video planned coming that will go into a little bit of detail about why I've been gone. I'm not going to focus on that in this video. That is not the point of this video. So you will get an explanation in a minute. Bear with me for that. But for now, we're going to do something fun today. So obviously I have been gone for quite a while, and in my brainstorming of trying to figure out what the heck I want to do to come back, like what I want my first video to be back on BookTube, I was like, what is the easiest thing that I could post that won't take me that long, that will kick my reading back into gear, and will give me content? It is none other than a summer book haul. I'm telling you, I haven't been in Barnes & Noble's for months. I mean, like, I'm talking months. And the nearest Barnes & Noble to me is only like 10-15 minutes. So it's not like I'm too far from one. It's not like I don't have one in my area. I just have not bought new books in so long. But today that has obviously changed, and I've got sick. Nope. Oh, I can't even count now. But today that has obviously changed, and I've got 5 books here to show you. I didn't really go into Barnes & Noble with a plan. I just decided today that I wanted to go in and look around and see what books that caught my eye. I actually recorded like the briefest little vlog clips of me walking into Barnes & Noble and going to the young adult section, so cue those clips. So without further ado, let me show you the 5 books that I picked up. Alright, so we're gonna start this one off strong. So I'm really late to reading this book. It came out a while ago and a lot of people loved it, but I picked up Slay, and it's the paperback version. This is by Brittany Morris. Again, most people have already read this book. It's been out for a while, but it was on my radar. It's been on my to-be-read list on Goodreads for a while now, so I finally picked it up. I am not going to read all the synopses one by one, like word for word, because it would take 10 years, so I'm just going to go off of what I understand about the book. I can put screenshots of the synopsis up here if you want to read them, and I will link all the books down below. So I'm trying really hard not to read the back, but what I understand about Slay is that this is about a 17-year-old girl named Kira, I believe. Kira Johnson. She's a 17-year-old girl, and she is like a normal high school student, but her online world consists of her developing this game, and I think the game's name is called Slay, the world of Slay. And it's all good and dandy until one day somebody actually gets murdered over the game, and then all of a sudden she's under investigation, and she has to kind of like protect her identity and protect the game's reputation, and I think that's what I understand about it. This book in general deals with like Black gamers, which that's what it was hailed for when it first came out. It was really raved by Black gamers, which Hey girl, it's me too. Okay, I'm in on this too. In general, this involves a black girl who is a normal high school student that develops a game, and then some controversies happen in the game, and it's all about her protecting her game, protecting herself, and fighting anti-black racism. Alright, next book I picked up is Black Girl Unlimited. This is by Echo Brown, and this is from what I understand, it has a magical realism kind of element to it. But basically, from what I understand, this involves another black female main character. She grows up on the east side of Cleveland, and I think it deals with a bunch of, like, her mom is a drug addict, because it says something about, like, adults on the east side are, like, addicted to the white rocks everywhere. So I think it has, like, trigger warning for drug addiction. The magical realism part of this book is that it says that she is a wizard and that there are magical portals that open up every time she travels from the east side to her high school. I don't know if that magical realism part is like literally like portals she can transport, or if it's like portals in the sense of she leaves her black identity on the east side of Cleveland while she goes to like a white school. I'm not sure. I did not take time to like read into the book, but I was really intrigued by the idea of it having magical realism, so I'm really hoping that it actually does. So yeah, as far as what I can tell, this book seems like it's going to be pretty heavy. It deals with topics such as sexual violence, racism, sexism, drug use, and all kinds of things. So I'm thinking it's going to be not as light of a read, but I was really intrigued by the magical realist twist on it. So if that's actually a part of this book, I'm going to enjoy it. So we'll see what I feel like. Alright, so third book on this list features yet another black female main character. We love to see it. It is Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry, and this is by Joya Goffney. I hope I said that right. So I was attracted to this book when I was browsing through Barnes & Noble because it reminded me of the F It list. I do not remember who that's by, but the concept of the F It list was making a list of things that you want to do. And this book features a main character. Her name is Quinn, and she basically keeps lists for everything. I'm talking, she writes lists for boys she wants to kiss, to her fears, to her to-do list, and everything else in between. But the conflict of this book is that somebody actually steals her journal where she keeps all of her lists and starts blackmailing her on Instagram and telling her to come forward as the owner of the list. So it's all about trying to figure out who stole her journal, who is leaking her lists, and I think have something to do with this character right here, maybe a little romance, I don't know. I'm just going to find out when I read it. Alright, second to the last book in this haul, I have What I Like About You by Marisa Cantor. So I was instantly attracted to this book, and I may or may not actually end up liking it, but the reason that I was like, yes, I need this book is because our main character is a girl that has a YA book blog, and I think she also, it's something about pastries too, like she pairs a YA book. So basically she runs a book blog and she like reviews books, but she also takes pictures of the books with different cupcakes. I believe that's the setup. And I was instantly like, yes, sold, give it to me. Because of YA book blogger, hello. But this is a romance book, and the whole issue of the book is that she has an online persona that differs for her in real life persona, and her online persona is falling in love with this guy. I forget what his name is. His name is, where is he at? Nash. His name is Nash. Her online persona is named Kels, and her real name is named Hal. And her online persona is falling in love with Nash. Nash is falling in love with her online persona, but they actually meet in real life. She knows that it's Nash. Nash does not know it's her because they're two different personas, two different names, and it's all about, will she tell him that, you know, she's her, and will that mess everything up? We'll see if I actually end up enjoying the plotline, but this was more of an impulsive buy, but don't say anything. Okay, and we're down to the last book of the haul. So this last book I saved for last because I really hope I enjoy it, okay? I'm really having high hopes. I went back and forth with myself about if I wanted to buy this book because I'm not sure if it's going to do more than the trope that it presents. So let me show you. Alright, so the last book I picked up is Fat Chance Charlie Vega, and this is by Crystal Maldonado. This book features a main character who is ambitious, she's artistic, she's funny, she's fun-loving, and she is a bigger girl. Charlie also happens to have a best friend that's very thin and athletic and popular in their school. Charlie starts to fall in love with a guy from her class, and surprisingly, he starts to fall in love with her back, but she finds out that the boy had actually asked out her thin, athletic, popular best friend first, before her. So now it's about, was like, was Charlie his second choice? And that's the whole, like, premise of the book. So the reason that I was conflicted about this book, and I'm really, really hoping that I'm wrong, I want to be wrong, okay, is that I don't like that there is a fat main character and a skinny counterpart character that is her best friend. Of course, I really do like that the roles are reversed, because normally we have fat, bigger characters as the side character that is not the main character, so it's very nice to have a bigger girl on the cover. Do not get me wrong, I do acknowledge that. But honest to God, I really just want more stories of bigger bodies as a main role that has no skinny best friend counterpart, that has no rivalry, that has no, like, doubt about if they're good enough for a potential love interest. I literally just want bigger bodies to have normal love stories, and, like, for it to not be like this will they, won't they get together, and is it or is it not, like, because they actually, like, the guy actually likes the bigger girl. You know what I mean? I'm just, like, seriously hoping this book kind of explores those narratives and kind of dismantles that, and it's not just, like, she's a bigger girl and this guy, like, you know, starts to like her back, and it's so surprising, like, oh my god, he likes a bigger girl, you know? But he actually liked her thinner best friend first, so, like, I guess she was her second choice. I really want to be wrong. That is the synopsis, so I probably am wrong. There's probably a twist, there's probably more dialogue, and I'm really hoping that this book expands and breaks down those narratives and addresses them. Like, I do acknowledge that I'm a smaller bodied person, so I'm not going to experience the same societal shame that people in bigger bodies feel and experience on a day-to-day basis. We'll see what happens. I really hope that I like this book. I really hope that it's expansive and it kind of tackles and dismantles, like, the dominant narrative when there is a bigger character involved, so we'll see what I think. But there you have it. Those are 5 books that I picked up at Barnes & Noble. The first time buying more than one book, like, in Barnes & Noble in, oh my god, so many months. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these books down below in the comments. Talk to me. It's been so long. I'm so happy to be recording a video again. Thank you all so much for watching if you made it this far. I will see you all on the channel next Sunday. Bye, everybody.